जितना दिन है उतना दिन एटलीस्ट जो मैथ रीजनिंग क्लास सब लाइव कर दिए। एक सेकंड आ रहा हूं। क्यों नहीं ना करते? हाँ बोलिए।
Are we done reading? Guys?
I'm 1 minute.
Okay.
आप लोग डिसाइड आप करना।
Can we?
Yes, ma'am.
So coming to the first question, what does calculated affection mean? D. No.
C.
C it is. Yeah, C. Affection which is bogus and forged. Then we have, according to the passage, a happy man.
B.
Option B.
Has affection and wide interests.
Has free affection and wide interest.
Yeah, that is the correct option. Has free affection and wide interests. Okay. Now, this kind of questions can also be there. Which of the following statements is not true in the context of the passage? Basically, you have to find evidence for all the statements, and the one you do not have evidence for would be the not true one.
Option E.
Option A.
E. Ma'am, E is also
Option E.
Ma'am, C.
No. Not option A, not option C.
E, I think.
E is correct. I guess.
It's E. Moral courage and intellectual courage has been extensively studied. Fourth question. Which of the following virtues, according to the passage, has been recognized for long as an important virtue?
C.
C.
Courage, which is option C. Which of the following words is similar in the meaning of the word simulated as used in the passage?
Option A.
Option A, imitated. Sixth one, a man who's suffering from the feeling of self pity should.
English, grammar, and
D, control his passions and emotions. Okay, here you have to find evidence in support of the statement in seventh question.
Is it B?
A happy man lives objective. No, it's not B.
E. E.
It is E.
It's E.
It's
E.
E. Courage is the virtue to face worries. Moving on, which of the following statements is similar in meaning to the word potent? Potent is something with potential, right?
Okay.
Like another word that you have in the synonyms is vigor. So it will be option C, vigorous.
Option C.
Ninth question, which of the following words is opposite? You have to find the antonym here. In meaning of the word conviction as used in the passage.
D.
Option D.
D.
Option D, doubt. 10th question, when you think about the cause of your unhappiness, you.
A. Option A.
Option D, become a self centered person. We're again going by the passage only. So, yeah, yes, Kumkum. Option D. Moving on to the second passage. This is about management. Don't take a lot of time in reading them. Skim through them because you have to keep switching on to the questions and the answers when it comes to long passages. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's come to the questions. First question, why, okay, do you understand the meaning of Morris? Guys?
Oh,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah, it's a very complicated thing, like you say. Like whenever you need to describe something very complicated, you say Morris. It can be a situation or something else also. It usually has a negative connotation though. Okay, so the first question is why, according to the author, is the distinction between management and leadership crucial?
Option D.
Option D, in today's context, organizations need leaders much more than the managers in transforming them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Question 2, why did companies and universities develop programs to prepare managers in such a large number?
B. Option B.
D.
B.
Option B, a large number of organizations were created and
B.
they need managers in good numbers. Yeah. Question 3, which of the following statements is not true in the context of the passage?
D. E.
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 It is option D, which is leadership centers on carrying out important functions such as planning and problem solving. Question 4, which of the following is not the characteristic of bureaucratic culture?
C.
C. Employees clearly see the forces that present threats and opportunities. Question 5, which of the following is similar in the meaning to the word smother?
D.
No. Similar. They're asking similar, not opposite. Remember. It's A, suppress. Just like the song of Linkin Park, Numb, if you've heard that, there they use the word smothering. In question 6, which has the author, how has the author defined management?
A.
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 It's option C, which refers to creating a vision that helps to direct the change. Question 7, management education was emphasized in the management programs because
E.
option E, because it was an agenda. That's it. Management was the main item of agenda in organizations. What is the historical reason for many organizations not having leadership?
B.
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 They're asking for the historical reason. It's none of these. Because it was like we were supposed to deal with change, and that is not covered here. That's how the author defines management, no? The change part. So it's E, none of these. Question 9, in the passage, management is equated with
C.
It's given bureaucracy. It's D. For management and for leadership, they're given very different definitions, so it cannot be B. Question 10. Why does the attention of large organizations turn inward?
B.
Yeah, the correct answer is B. They have to keep themselves under control.
What does it mean, turning inward?
Turning inward is going to the system to check on, like, basically internal functions.
Okay.
Next one. Which of the following is similar in the meaning of the word nurtured as used in the passage? Also, for turn inward, you can use the word introspection. However, we're on question 11. Which of the following is similar in the meaning of the word nurtured as used in the passage? Option, yeah, option B, developed. What, according to the author, is leadership?
A.
It's C, inspiring people to realize the vision. Question 13. Which of the following characteristics help organizations in their transformation efforts? Not A,
C.
because, like, when we go back to the definition of management again, it was what helps the change, right? So it cannot be
B.
A. Failing to acknowledge, no, that cannot be correct.
C.
C.
C only.
It's E. Dogmatic culture would mean no change, stability, or rather stubbornness. So it is option E, none of these. Next question. Why were people taught little about leadership and management programs? Because they were focusing on developing managers. So it's option C. Next one. Which of the following statements are definitely true in the context of passage? So you have to choose the option which has the correct statements.
B.
Only A and C. Bureaucracy fosters strong and adequate culture. Yeah, C is given there clearly, and B is like A as well, not B though. Leadership. Yeah, so it is B.
B.
B, only A and C. Coming to the third passage. Okay, are we done? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we come to the first question. How do the British economists and political scientists react to budget secrecy? They are
Either C or D.
C.
C, very critical about the maintenance of budget secrecy. Question 2. The author thinks that openness in budget is essential as it leads to
C.
A.
no.
B.
People's reluctance to accept their moral duties is the correct option, which is B. The author seems to be in favor of
C.
A.
B.
it's like you guys are gonna cover all of them. Huh? C is also in the scene, A is also in the scene, B is also there. But the correct one is in the bottom two.
E.
It's D. Question 4. The secrecy of the budget is maintained by all of the following countries except
D.
B.
B.
E.
look at this. It's option C, the United States. There the budget comes before. In the United States, the budget is conveyed in a message by President to the Congress, which comes well in advance of the date when the bill is introduced in Congress. So it's only C. Wait. What is A and C? Oh, it'll be the opposite. The United States secret. Option D is correct. A and C. Finland and the United States. Finland also. The parliament and the people are already conversing in June, the tentative moderate situation. Yeah. So it's except India. So it'll be this one, A and C, option D. Question 5. Which of the following statements is definitely true in the context of the passage?
Option B. Or A.
A.
E.
How A?
C.
Do we have evidence for that?
No, they have been given.
It's like opposite, isn't it?
Yes.
Option B then.
D.
Budget secrecy is likely to lead to corrupt practices. It's none of these. The correct option is E. Then you have Sir Richard Clarke seems to deserve the credit for.
C.
No.
A.
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 was the originating prodigy of nearly every significant growth in British budgeting procedures. So it is transformation in British budgetary techniques. Question 7. From the contents of the passage, it can be inferred that the author is
B.
B.
B. A democratic person. Which of the following statements are definitely false in the context of the passage?
B.
But it's not necessarily given now.
C.
Open approach of, yeah, no.
C.
In some cases, it can be true. They're saying that in the passage. The correct option is only A.
What does that mean?
What is unscrupulous?
Don't know, ma'am.
Basically, without any morality.
Ma'am, resort.
So it will mean transparency helps people without morality or like elements without morality to resort to corrupt practices, which isn't true in context of the passage. What we are trying to say is it helps it remove the corruption, right? The transparency. That's why it's only A, which is false. They're asking for a definitely false option. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Question 9. For making the budget realistic, the government should.
What is the answer of 8?
Of 8, it is only A. A. Option A.
Okay, ma'am.
Question 9. For making the budget realistic, the government should.
D.
D.
A.
Consult the public to send in their suggestion is the correct one. So it is option D. Now these are synonyms. You need to choose synonym for these. First one is scourge. What is the meaning of scourge?
Wipe.
C.
Scourge to me. Wipe? Okay, whip you mean.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah. But like they're asking, okay, if you want to go with it. That is the exact meaning, right? Whip.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, okay. Here they've not given other options. Otherwise, like even if they had given suffering, that would also be correct. Or if they asked in context to the word used in the passage, here in the passage it means causing suffering, not to whip. Myrad,
D.
abundant is correct. Myrad is having a lot of something. Then you have duty.
A.
A.
Obligation.
Or
A is correct. Now we're looking at antonyms.
D.
B.
Option B.
Option B, degenerates. Debated.
C.
C.
Come again.
C. C.
C,
C.
accepted unconditionally. 15th, important.
D.
We're looking for the opposite.
E.
E. E. E. E.
E, trivial. Do you want to cover another passage before we finish this session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go with this one. And then I can give you the fifth one for your work. Like you can work on it later. You have the file, no? In the chat? Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Then read this one. Just a minute. A lot of difficult words, no?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll quickly tell you the words I think you might be in need to know the meanings of. Here, I don't think we have anything.
And what is microcosm?
Microcosm is like an ecosystem that is on a smaller level ecosystem. You understand ecosystem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Perforce means necessity, like necessarily. Then you have expedient, which is basically the method or the way that they should have some sign. Like basically, they're trying to say that they should have the simple way they have some time to see it while their entry permits. So, maybe a
Like a
route that
plan.
helps them. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly.
What did you say about the previous word?
Which one? Perforce?
Yes, ma'am.
Perforce is necessarily
Okay.
or essentially. Then cadre is basically a group of trained people or like professionals rather. I think those are pretty much the words you might be having difficulty with, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you done now? Are you done
Yes.
reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's go to the question first. Which of the following is not true in the context of the passage?
C.
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 This one. The result of tourist traffic, which is generally quite ignorant of wildlife ecology and conservation values, who leave the refuge no wiser than they came in, leaving behind a good measure of detritus of their presence, plastic bags, cigarette packets, bottle paper, a lot of which is non biodegradable and toxic. So even the fourth one is kind of correct. So it is option C. Question 2. According to the passage, the main purpose of bringing tourists in the forest areas is
B.
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 P.
Mhm. It is to involve the general public in maintaining the ecosystem. So it is option A.
Isn't it about educating them?
It is also about educating them, but it's also about involving them. Because they have to realize that they're part of that, like that is how the mechanics of ecosystem will be relevant to man and everything, right? All this. So it's also educating, also involving. So involving would include education also. That's why.
Okay.
Then you go to question 3. Which of the following best explains this according to the passage?
B. Option B.
Option B. No. It is option B, positioning people to the in the ecosystem rather, and also the destruction of the ecosystem.
That vis-a-vis means as well as.
What?
That middle word, what does that mean? Vis-a-vis. In the option.
Vis-a-vis.
Yes, ma'am. Vis-a-vis.
It is when you place two things next to each other, you say vis-a-vis.
Okay. As well as.
It's basically French. You say, like when you're making a connection to something, you're trying to say with regards to the conversation, like basically development of tourism with regards to the conservation of the ecosystem is what we mean. Okay.
Yes.
Question 4. What, according to the author, should be the step to improve the situation?
Option D.
Option D. Providing them with better communication about the wildlife refuge. Question
Where in
6.
option 4, right?
All of these, right?
All of these.
Oh, sorry. I
All of these.
read the wrong one. D. Option D.
Ma'am, question third ka answer?
Question 3rd ka
Option D.
answer is positioning people to the ecosystem and also the destruction of the ecosystem. For option 4, the option which is correct is all 3 of these are the steps that should be taken to improve the situation. So all of these.
Ma'am, I didn't understand the fourth answer.
The
No,
4th
sorry.
answer.
Third one.
The 3rd answer.
Yes, ma'am.
It is positioning people in the ecosystem and also the destruction of the ecosystem. Because we're covering also the problems here, and on top of that, we're talking about how the ecosystem, like when we place the tourist as part of it, they then show them that you are part of the entire ecosystem and this is how the wildlife will function properly after educating them. That's why we have this option. Like making them aware of the destruction they're causing, also educating them how not to do that and be a part of the ecosystem.
Okay.
Then we have question 5. What, according to the author, will win the hearts and minds of the general public?
A.
It's option B.
B.
You remember the cadre of We had that line, no?
Ah, yes.
This should be backed up by a cadre of trained naturalist guides. So it is option B, providing them with trained guides. Question number 6. What, according to the passage, should the forest staff be engaged in?
C. Or B.
It's B. They should take care of the
B.
habitat of wildlife. Then you have question 7. The main concern expressed by the author in the above passage is to.
D.
B or A.
It's balance the ecosystem by careful planning.
Yeah. D.
D. Question 8. Which of the following words is most nearly the same in meaning as the words on hand?
Available.
That's correct. Any other, like, no doubt about that, no? On hand is correct. Question 9. Man animal confrontation, according to the passage, leads to.
Option A.
B.
Option D. Destruction of mutual bond.
But it's specifically given a killing of man by tigers.
Killing of tigers by man is definitely
Reverse.
given.
The reverse has been given as in the option.
Reverse.
Man killing by tigers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But we have to refer to other instances as well. Like the reason that man killing by tigers is happening not just because of this, right? It's also because of the unawareness of the tourists. Because the animal is uncomfortable, that's why he attacks. So, like, if they're aware of the facts of the species it supports and the mechanics of the ecosystem, then the bond would be in
Yeah.
place, right?
It's
That's
talking
why.
about both of them, animals
Yeah.
as well as people.
So we're talking about both of them, and that's why we'll go with the other option, which is destruction of the mutual bond.
Okay.
In the starting, you have killing of animals by other animals, but that is not there, like killing of man by tigers direct. Question 10. What, according to the author, is the main reason for the near collapse of the capacity of ecosystem of wildlife refuges?
D.
C.
It is absence of
D.
adequate. In option D. It's option D, absence of adequate infrastructure. Then you have which of the following words is most nearly the same in the meaning to the word detriment?
B.
Detritus.
Disposals.
B.
Option B.
B.
Option D is gravels, right? But I think disposals also is correct. So
Disposals, yeah.
Because examples are of disposals given.
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, gravel is an example. So you should go with option B, which is disposals. Which of the following words is most nearly same in the meaning as the words hands-on as used in the passage?
B.
Handy. B.
No.
Practical.
You say hands-on experience for practical
Sufficient.
experience. No, you say hands-on experience
For-
for practical experience.
Oh, okay.
We asked a similar question, ma'am, right?
What?
Same question was there. Or
I think there was on hand.
On. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that was available, right? On hand?
Yes. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's that, guys. Like, I think I've shared this one with you. You can solve this later. And if you have any difficulty in these questions, you can text me. I'll send you the answer key for this one. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Bye.